Me pa cho na kwasi Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempah, the great Owusu Bempah. Anka wonti asempa. Because Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempah anka wode nani kire US abonten so na wakwa goye dwumadie bi ewo ho. Na anhwanka yenti asempa ni na ansanka anhwanko benya plane crash. Ain. Hey, ka wodi anka asema bawo. E ma remfi se prophetess Emilia maami wei. O ka se maami ebedi nkomu bi se impo Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempah ewuo bi dan so. Ama Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempah so de ni bre dey ebe tu jade maami e kire se hey me da me pemo mabai sem no me hwewo maami a woti okura hombone e den e hyewu de wasusu de ma plan enya adwuma da biara da e free se maami ebe ye video yi Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempah waba bi yi ano de but Sunday you na me se da bi maami mo Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempah na me hwe de asi wo ana wo kire mu se dwuma de bi dananima anka wo ko US na we no honkonkron na we cry honkonkron ana abofo because in your reverence kire ne nsem no na ano dempa wo so oda ho we no enye adiye as a physical na oda na oda ho na living room na ohu se awia bia pie wo ho na awia ne pie no nipa mienu ana ohu omo na asoma hyeren ana omo kire ne se Reverend the great Owusu Bempah tie ne ye fro ba de ne ho ana aba na asem a ye word ma on emergency wo ye nim se ne wakoma sitie wo ye nim se ne wakukudro esitie wo ye the great Owusu Bempah betiti US akwantu na da wanim no se wo bo hu musuo etena aircraft mu onkongodu no se edi asem no se yes ye nim se wakoma adin eninti na obo ade asoma yen abofo mienu ya ba wo nchen e kire wo se ya sa US akwantu na and try now try ubenya plane crash yesisi anka beti bonsa nwom dase eti yen abofo mienu ya ba yi efiri oba de na aba ye kire wo Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempah se wakoma edin na ubetimi ubebusa ho se nanka eye plane mu baabi na fort beba ma plane anya crash na o si da bi eye wo particular enye obia enti wo hwe Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempah ensem kan na o pa kire san abofo no bae na nkomo pa kire sen ko onu no ye Yona nam se so the story of Yona no onu nti na ase omo nipa dodo na omo te ship no no manya asem but we die Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempah ya ba bi yi a kire kama se eye ni bre so pa nti Nyankopon ya adoma nanka Reverend na ni kire amano ne nanka ja wakwa go ye dwumadi bi na nso unfortunately abofo mienu aba bi ya kire na asese ejana no dempa nkokọ ya nka Ganafo adofo arepa favor nka wonti asempa an den so nyame ya kire no abofo na ba na osaso coin story bi story no eno so fa aircraft accident yan nka esi ebre bi okọ Swaziland ode ani na betato etise na awrade aye bi pen no enne awrade aba bi ya kire na ensese odidi agro enyema pa wonmu ayeba ade ama omanyina adintin abofo mienu eba ya omabeka chense sa ni US akwantu ndi man try yankude nkotie Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempah nsema odi atudwa kindly share the video and drop your comment in a professional way medase
now your program our US
now there was a program that had been organized in the United States of America. I want your attention.
Wednesday.
And so, coming Wednesday, the man of God would have traveled to America.
Nana, de bena empenifono ba mi fie ho no edem ho. Na Thursday. Thursday no. Na me nai me da me mpa no so.
On Thursday, I was lying on my bed. I was not asleep.
Sana ya start osofo ajman prempe program no. Good. Now, yako first day. The second day, no. Now me say me relax kakra.
So we had gone for the first day of the program at Prophet Ajman Prempeh's place. And it was the second day. And I was relaxing.
Free my bedroom cry.
So I had not even stepped out of my bedroom the whole day.
And me who say?
And then I saw.
Ewia. Atro ababesi me dem ho na ebo.
And I saw that the sun, the rays of the sun was in my room, and it was shining so hot. But it was shining so bright. But the temperature in the room was not hot. Then I saw 2 men. 2 men.
Glorious.
And they were glorious in appearance. And they were surrounded in the light. And they were standing within the light. Now, the light was like cloud. And they were standing in the midst of it.
So simple.
They came in a very simple manner. I did not even see wings behind them. And they had the similitude of men. And I was not asleep. And listen to what they said.
Good. Because we
now, it is not God instructing me to say it, and God has not forbidden me from saying it either, so I choose to say or not to say. Is my witness. I started packing my belongings.
Prepare mene osofo ene yenuaba a wa bruchire meeting and brofo no can say virtual conference meeting. Sofo Daniel kan ho, sofo Anoba, sofo Nana Kwasi and yenuaba na good. Now and
we are prepared for the meeting in the United States.
In fact, the plane ticket,
we have already bought the plane tickets.
In fact, baby, a program no,
and the venue for the program has been paid for. And so all intentions are, I am going.
Okay.
Everything was okay. These personalities I saw, they came and they were staring at me, and I was staring at them, and it was not a dream, I was not asleep, and I usually have such encounters. I've been seeing this for so many years, so when I see it anytime, I do not panic. I started seeing it when I was very young, so when I see it, I'm not afraid.
Presence in
and this time, they didn't come in their full power and presence, so my body didn't even tremble.
Full power, full presence. Daniel.
Now, if they had come in their full presence,
Prophet Daniel,
I'm
Bible
sure
Daniel,
the power of the Lord would have stricken me. I would have perhaps trembled and would have fallen on the ground like Daniel fell on the ground.
Ezekiel,
angel, when he had that encounter with the angel of the Lord,
the energy.
When Ezekiel had the encounter with the angel of the Lord, he also fell down.
Apostle John,
Apostle John,
angel needing full glory by.
When the angel came forth, he also fell like a dead man.
Now, so simple. My body
it was so simple. My body was not shaking.
Almost said, Tio. Almost said.
Now they said,
Obadiah Divo.
Now listen to their words. They spoke to me, and I understood it in tree. He said, "Prophet of the Most High God, saith the Lord, the Creator, your time to die is not up,
because
there is so much work He has for you to do."
Now, meeting.
Now, the Lord said to me that by virtue of the intentions God and the plans God has to do with your life, and something God is bringing upon you, which will spread across the world, the devil and his gang had a meeting about you. And the Lord has sent me to tell you, do not go Do not travel out of the country like you have intended.
Men konkofro ne anam wiem.
Do not board a flight.
Eno enti ne bae.
And that is why we came.
Na oba de na suma ese emra.
And it is the Lord that sent us to come.
Oba de ase wakasa guwaso.
The Lord said he has spoken to you.
Eso se wudi ugidie ebekọ.
But he said you are going to apply faith. So
na
you go.
Oba de kra nim se uji hudi.
And even God knows that you have confidence.
Na ni je ho pa o sa kwa no so.
And God is happy with you.
Because once my
concerning your faith.
am kan kire wa onim sa uji hudi. De o twakire wo ene de wote no asom nyina wo bekọ. But osi we die. Osre wo enko.
The Lord knows that you are confident and you have faith. And so in spite of all the revelations he has given you, you will still go because you have faith. That is why he has sent us to tell you. Or else you and all the people with you will not arrive safely. So the people in the craft, what will happen will not be because of them, but it will be because of you. So it was just like Jonah. Now, after they spoke to me, I was also going to speak back and tell them my peace of mind, what I was thinking. I was going to ask them that is God not all powerful? Can God not send one of you to join me?
Wait, I said, do before complain. Do before complain.
Now, before I opened my mouth to utter a word, they smiled at me and they vanished.
Many first call, telephone call. Me picky me who dream.
Now, when I came to my consciousness, the first telephone call I received, when I answered the call, I was shocked. The person does not know I am traveling.
Because last week man can't day I'm free chrome. Now, even if
the person knows I'm going to travel, the person does not know the day I will travel. So last week I told you I'll travel, but the exact date and time I didn't tell you. So the person called and said, Papa, I have seen a revelation today. I was just having a short nap. And I saw that you were in an aircraft.
Crashing.
And the aircraft crashed. And the news went viral. And what had happened was bad. So I sat on my bed.
And I'm afraid, Mrs. Starkos, that we can't free us off on Anakwasi.
And then I called Reverend Anakwasi.
And I'm catching Nana.
And I told Reverend Anakwasi. I told Reverend Anakwasi all the things I had seen.
And I say, Daddy, Jennifer no suneti asem.
And then he said, then Daddy, wait on the line and listen to something.
And I connected Akos.
And then connected my sister Akos to the call.
Sir, me and the enemy mehuno. Me basofubi. Our brother friend Vincent.
Now, not be known to me, the revelation I had seen, there is one of my sons who is a pastor called Vincent, who is abroad.
Also, no so. Na menkan asemwempo ema Akos mponte.
Now at that time I had not even spoken with Akos, so Akos did not even know what I had seen.
My flower can't good. Good. Ono so a wonim hwe de me hu ya no na onka hu bi.
Now
me nkwa na msem dem na mehu.
I was the only one that had a revelation.
Let's
learn something from this.
Osofono obiana no a o say papa.
The man of God spoke and said, Papa,
my friend or sister.
I called your sister.
No, I said a man or friend. No. And you mere a de beche yawada no.
Said I called your sister last night. this Thursday morning.
Ɔso
He said he was also lying down.
deɛ ohu ya ne sɛ ɔwɔ nkyɛn.
And then all of a sudden he saw that he was beside the prophet of
ɛna ɔka
God.
kyerɛ me sɛ papa
And was saying to the prophet of God, Papa,
mate sɛ woba US
I've heard that you are coming to the
na
United
mepɛ
States.
sɛ woba bɛsra me wɔ me church.
And I want you to pay me a visit at my church.
wo deɛ sɛ wana wampɛ na
And
wobɛdi Roma
even
sɔre a
if you are
mepɛ
going
ɔno
to
nso
spend
ɔwɔ
1
big church
hour
paa.
in my church, he's got a big church.
Oh,
Going
a
to
big
spend
church.
A big church in the United States.
ɛnti ɔso ɔka saa kyerɛ me no
He said, when he said that to me in the revelation,
ɛna meka kyerɛ ne sɛ
and I said to him,
yɛse ma me mma
I have been told not to come.
na sɛ mepɛ me wuo deɛ a memmra.
And that if I want to die, then I
ɔse
should
da
go.
yɛnum saa na me so meka
He
kyerɛ
said,
no.
that is what I said to him in his dream.
ɛnam sɛ sɛ wopɛ m'asɛm paa.
And I said to him, I know you love me, don't you?
nti sɛ wopɛ sɛ
And so if you want me,
wote sɛ mawu a
you want to hear of my death,
ɛne ɛfɔ so me na memmra.
then force me to come.
ɔse hɔ apɛ na n'ani
And
tee.
then he woke up from the dream.
ɛhɔ apɛ no wafrɛ me sister Akos
And then he called my sister Akos
ɛna wabɔ no amanneɛ.
and told her.
me so mafrɛ Nana Kwasi
And then I called Reverend
ɛna
Anakosi
maka kyerɛ Nana Kwasi
and told him.
ɛna wafrɛ sister Akos sɛ
And then he called my sister Akos
papa nya ma
and said to her that
enti
Papa is not
mentɔ
coming.
plane ticket no
So
na
do
sɛ na
not-
papa aka kyerɛ me.
Do not book a flight because this is what
ɛna
Papa has
Akos
told
sɛ
me.
hey
And then Akos said,
ɛne
hey.
ɛsɔfo Vincent ɛne me kasa ɔfiri lie so ani.
Then Reverend Vincent just called me and had a conversation with me.
yɛmfa sɔfo Vincent nto so.
So let me
na
connect Reverend
yɛne
Vincent to
agya
the
nkasa.
call. And then connect Papa to the call.
ɔno anka
So that he would tell Papa by himself what he has seen.
ɛno na nkyɛn makonta ɛyɛ me sister Akos ya ne kunu a ɔyɛ
Now,
makonta.
my brother-in-law, which is the husband of Akos,
ɔno so hunu the same
he
thing.
also had the same revelation
aka kyerɛ ne namfo no maka kyerɛ sister Akos
and had a
ɛyɛ me sister.
conversation with his friends and even his wife, who is my sister.
ɔsɔfo ɛne adɔfo nom enti sɛ mankɔ a
And so-
aborɔkyerɛfoɔ ma mo bu
And so
mfo me.
please, those who were expecting me abroad, don't be angry at me.
mewɔ hɔ daa
I am alive.
menni hwee yɛ
I have nothing to do.
anka mɛba
If
paa
I had nothing to do,
yɛni
and I would have
program
come.
biara wɔ asɔre ha
There is no
anka
program in
mɛba
church.
paa
I was supposed to come.
yɛtwa me ticket kora awie
The
me
plane
ticket
ticket
matwa awie
was ready.
ɔsɔfo me ticket no matwa me bag ayɛ ready anana ɛna I start yɛayɛ design nyinaa sɔfo aka gu makro
Yɛayɛ
ayɛ afei
flyers.
good yɛayɛ biribiaa awie enti sɛ yɛboa paeɛ a sɛ nka memeyɛ mmɔ ka nyɛ saa deɛ
And so if it were intentional, I would not have spent all this time and money
ɛna
doing all
mentumi
these
mfa
things.
onyame di ntwa
But you
ntorɔ
see, I cannot lie in the name of the Lord. I will not do that.
na ɔsɔfoɔ mokae sɛ yɛkɔɔ Swaziland
Now I remember when I went to Swaziland.
me ne sɔfo Nana Kwasi ne me ba Kofi
It was-
ɛne adamfo yɛfrɛ no Prince
Reverend Anakosi,
maka no
my
wɔ
son
dɛm ha
Kofi,
da
and a friend of mine called Prince.
yɛforo plane no na yɛfiri he ɛna ɛkɔ he kagu microphone no
Na efi Ethiopia eko South Africa.
thank you
Now we were South Africa bound from Ethiopia,
na me te animu
and I was sitting in front.
ɛm sɛ mofrɛ biribi business class
Now
asɛ
they call
dɛn
it business class.
ɛna nanam nso so te ano kora nhyɛ na nyɛ economy papa asa ayɛ in between business and economy
And Reverend Anakosi was in the premium economy.
afei deɛ mehu yɛ ne sɛ spirits bi abɔ wura plane no
You know what I'm
ɛsi
saying?
fam na ɛnya take off no.
Before the plane took off, I saw certain spirits that entered the plane.
na nanam so ɔmyɛ maako sɛ na ɔmyɛ tu
They were
ɔmo
two.
bɔ wura plane no
They entered the plane.
ɔmo abɛbɛn
They had horns.
na ɔmo bɔ wura plane no ɔmo nenam mu na ɛm sɛ dabrɛ na ɔmo nya nhu me because me mehyɛ window me ana mpɛ window na mamoa me ho hyɛ hɔ ɛti ɛm sɛ ɔmo nenam hɔ no ma baako ne bɔ m'anim a deɛ mu yɛ so ɔkɔ n'akyi
Now I'm sure they had not spotted me when I was in the aircraft because I was sitting by the window.
And-
And one of them spotted me.
ɛna ɔka kyerɛ deɛ ɔka no nso ɔmɛhwɛ ne nyinaa na metie o ɔno nso bɛyɛ ɔhu me a deɛ mu yɛ ne sɛ ɔmo so a ɔmo nsa yerɛw na ɔmo ayera
Now when they saw me, they held their
I'm
hands
saying,
together and they vanished.
na m sɛ dabi ɛnyɛ
And I said, no, this is a bad sign.
ba me sɛ oh the just shall live by faith
And I said to myself, the just
I shall
shall
not
live
die
by faith.
I will live and
I shall
declare
not die.
the works
I'll
of
live
God
and declare the works of God.
nothing can kill me nothing
Biribiara ni wo ebetumi kum
sɛ
me.
wa wonim Owusu Bempah nti na nkurɔfoɔ sɛ meyɛ tu no ba menyɛ tu no Yesu did too much.
Now, I don't boast or brag, but I believe I have faith in Jesus.
That
is how much faith I want you to have in Jesus. So I am teaching this. I'm teaching you. And if that is how you are, nothing can overcome you.
Papa. And I'm saying, so I stood up from my seat and I went to Reverend Anakwesi and I spoke to him, my son Kofi and Prince, my friend. And I'm saying, demons be about plane.
And I said to them, some demons have entered the plane, but they have vanished. And so let's be in prayer. Let's pray. So I went back to my seat. Now, they started the plane, the engines. They turned on the engine.
For microphone.
First time demons be a full plane. No musako. Now, when you show the plane, beats me.
Thank you. Good. So let's say, make us say, sure say plane beats me.
Reverend Anakwesi's clarity is that not just did the man of God say that there were demons in the plane and they had vanished, but he also mentioned, the man of God mentioned to him that he said that I'm not sure this plane can take off.
And the plane no there was sparky.
And so they turned on the engines.
Because the
engines were already on. The engines were already on.
Are you ready? Say be take it off.
So we are ready to take off.
We're free baby and no sino. Ama ade na efa mu kofru plane no o me ye free ho tenacha say ready to move. In fact, ama o mo yo plane no mo ye say no window say you see better. O mo serve plane no o ma yo mu bi ye from say cabin crew flight attendants. Good.
So the plane was ready to take off, ready for takeoff. They had already given us the flight instructions.
Then
all of a sudden, the engine turned off.
Smoke.
And we could smell smoke. And I said, this is not right. These guys I saw in the plane, no.
So I stood
up and went to Reverend Anakwesi and Prince. Now see, this plane, if we want to fly by this plane, we will not get to our destination alive. And the Lord spoke to me and said,
take clear voice.
Let's get out of the plane. I heard it in a clear voice. You see, clear voice
my face means this time don't apply your faith.
I'd applied my faith, but now I heard a clear voice, clear instruction.
Faith without wisdom. Jimmy. Excuse my language. After was awful. The American suffer nana where me dancing. And a prince, Mr. Prince. Also, and a coffee. And a Ghana for no to play no. And tia fei, a one penna me cockatchre. Omo ya jumo plane no say plane way entimi fa yenko. So me ka say no man sans parky esusu a to say air condition bibia e kama to say omo to say tuna no betu. So cockatchre omo say plane way entimi tu. Na me catch omo say plane e take off a eja betom. Nana. Thank you. God bless you. Amen. God bless you.
So they started the engines again. And everything was functioning in the plane, and they were getting ready for another takeoff. Now, when I heard the Lord speaking to me to walk out from the plane, then my spiritual eyes opened. I saw a strong angel standing in front of the plane and was waving at me and said, "Let not the plane fly." I spoke to Reverend Anakwesi and he just reminded me. Now, when I saw the angel, I stood in the plane. And I said, "Dear ones, this flight, if we are expecting to reach our destination, it will crash." I said it loudly.
And I make catch a woman yajumo plane him say.
And I said to the plane attendants.
And then microphone free.
As for me and the people with me, we want to walk out.
Good. Me can on loudly no. Now omo yajumo plane no omo challenge me. Now omo titi plane no crab wa fu say na kwa we hwan.
Engineers number man be okay.
Good. And I say engineers abaya kra. Play way mutrem ebe crash. Afa omo muti plane mo bia bu afu me.
Now people got angry at me when I spoke in the plane, and even the flight attendants were angry. They challenged me and said the engineers had checked the craft, everything is solid, it is fit for the flight. And I said to them that you cannot fly this plane.
And I catch there omo mu yajumo plane no. Say me na me de me ho odi emisika na me na mto me take it me nko momfa na mo de mo nko ne ehwese mbekwa akodi.
So I said to them that listen, it was by my choice that I booked a flight to be on this plane. I have changed my mind. I want to disembark. I don't want to go.
What happened o mu frɛ o mu nyina boss o na in charge.
Then they called their boss who is in charge.
And no bar plane inside.
And the boss came onto the plane.
And obebu sam say
and came to ask me what my problem was.
And I'm so penny
and I
plane
said, sir, this craft,
may you suffer.
I am a prophet of God. This craft cannot fly us to our destination. So I am not going. So I want to get off the flight. If you want to take off, that's up to you. And they said, okay, let them take out my luggage and other things from
South Africa minister bi oh your ba baby ametino otiminchen an enkrofo titi nachi minim se ba ko titwi o se den yo de mi hu ya ne se South Africa minister no ono so aka kire ne enkrofo se ye enko.
Now, don't be known to me, on the flight was a minister of state of South Africa with her bodyguards, also sitting in the cabin where I was. And I don't know whether she heard what I said and understood it, but she had told her men that we are not flying.
And no na o hwe plane so pani pa na oba me nchen o say yen check out no. O mu frɛ no. And ma me no mu kan kasa bi me de mente. Afedie mu hu yan say o ma pene so. Afedie mu yan say ma me no. Ene ne nkrofo no. Ye bie eyi na ma omu na omu de omu kɔ. They gone. Omu kɔ.
So they had a conversation with the manager of the attendants, and they reached an agreement. It seemed they reached an agreement. They opened the exit for her and her men, and she went out. Then I stood up again in the plane. And I said, men and women in this plane. I spoke in G. Said, men and women in this plane.
My brother,
me, my brother, my son, and my friends. We are also going out. If you want, you can remain seated.
Osofu. Said the Americans are.
After say, opinion, overseer, in charge, by now, no because say we know. And China engineer and afraid. Sapin, a call, baby a pilot.
Baby a pilot.
No, and you say, Oma Babefa.
Oma Babefa, Mamma, no, your minister, South Africa minister, at the Nepi.
Later on, one answer say,
Osofu tea. Argentina, South Africa, Mamma, no, your minister. Omo before no call, baby, a Omo Muchi plane, ne tete plane. Omo ba the we answer Mamma and Crawford, Yamo Mapico. So now you're there, you're suit plane. A half and I catch a moment to play and I say, hey, Miss Remo, play with me, say, more challenge me. A take it off a jab the tomb. Sana Ghana for be womb. Empty, I feel no could catch them for say, where you know Kufuado, Ghana president, the prophet. This is Ghana president prophet. And you have enough, I will be a let. My brother, I feel. Yet, say ye be see. Play no dear aspakio. I fed the tea and I said, Bibi at the pa. 19 as I do. I fed not play num. Smoke on what to say. As I had one ya two. A gem. Afanche, the TNC pilot, no. Or your announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Brofo kind in your person, say, and you know near Doffonum. Play no, the Yahuno, Yakasi, a cry, young Kodu, and Tiasremo, Yadamo, another plane.
Wow. Now, so there was an announcement by the pilot, and he addressed the passengers and said, ladies and gentlemen, please, we would like to get you another plane that will take you to your destination. Now, this time, not I speaking, it was the pilot. What happened? That caused the pilot to believe. Now, the pilot was plain in his words. He said that they will not arrive at their destination. Who
are you? Who are you? Almost said, you have saved our life. Man of God, you have saved our life. And I call baby, I coach another plane. Now, you take car no more, or dear call baby, I coach another plane. And that's still plane that suits SEO, dear end to me uncle. I feel you're trying for another plane. Near take car no more call. Or be a person on the Mikasa. Or be a person on the number. I feel Papa Phobi. Baku sorry by menchain. On in a number for them. Almost say, you are the man. You are the man. I don't know. Enti, you can share inside. Baby, I'm in South Africa. I'm in a call. Business class. Then. Enti, my men there and Crawford here, Bonkomo. Say, warm one, chain plane. Too many me. So we know, imagine say, and yet, next plane, Chromum for. Now, so we're
taken to a waiting area while they got us the next plane. Now, the next plane was ready, and we were waiting in the lounge. So, those who got notice of that the readiness of the plane, they had boarded. And they were searching the new plane, they had boarded, and they were searching for the prophet of God. Where is that man who was with us on that old plane? If we don't see him on this one, we are not going.
And to Obian and Nigel Crasa or the Nayiko. Me Pia, who me I feel no Pia, sorry, up and back. I feel me checking in, I feel no Munina.
So they were at the boarding gate waiting for the man of God. When the man of God gave his passport and boarding pass, and they saw that he had entered the craft, then they followed.
You're quite not playing, no. I said, me counseling. Where by me child, I say, please, this time, are we okay? Are we okay? I say, yes. And I said, me, I'm original plane. I'm
saying, yeah, once more in the plane.
Not can you allowed, mommy?
It wasn't allowed, but I'm saying,
more being through.
And I said, do not be afraid. This one will take us safely.
And what the man who spirit be our mobile.
Because I didn't spot any spirit
around.
And
stop me say we mamuntin.
And God didn't stop me. If God had stopped me, I would have come off the plane again. And we had a safe flight.
Experience.
So I have a prior experience.
Nana, you can say I can't, and come being for, but are serious? Yeah, well, baby, a business class for nobody.
While we were waiting in the lounge,
and a radicam, couldn't complain about
God told me the reason the plane would have crashed.
Say you'll be out to plane.
Now it was because of somebody on the craft.
But next time, and I make answer.
Next time, I'll give you the details.
Miriam. We had
a safe flight.
Yes, I have Ghana. Yes, I be through Boko.
And when we're coming back to Ghana, we came safely. So God has a record.
And was I be?
And he has done it
This time,
again.
there, on some man airport
This time he said, I would not even let you reach the airport.
Said David brothers and catch David. Would you any ding?
Now,
may I show so you may not test to cry and Owusu Bempah any ding.
now,
It's
the
my man
brothers of
Cocanchan
David-
and Tem. Nanquaya no the Indian one Cocas faith. I'm a Samama.
the brothers of David said to David, we know how
And you brought
stubborn
you
you are.
for. Say, Mamma,
So
Fano,
please,
say, Yashada.
please,
The CNT mean to me my program no and I'm
please, those who are expecting us abroad,
Enti ewiase no obi na kan asem obedience is better than kills. Ai obi na kan obedience is better than kills. Eti Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempah de enti a wakwa kopiem US abonten so na US fo anko mo twen no mo twen Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempah no de awrade yi kire ne ni. Ai drop your comment adan awsere Missy obedience is better than kills. Eti de awrade akani enti no. It is what it is. Kindly drop your comment in a professional way and share the video. Make us say, me sure say you grab me boy for pa ye. You grab me chow. Capito me chow. Vivier zeni ana afesu comfortable. Mo maken na no. Me chow bia. Etino. US for me pam chow. Adepa favor. Ka wenu ka ha yenti asempa. Yeah. Yan ansiya na helicopter crash yesi wa Ghana. Abadi ngame. They are time for share. They are time for share. We need the great Owusu Bempah around. So I say. Kindly drop your comment and share the video. May I see the great.